この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alright, here we go. Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Princess Tutu, episode 14, aka season 2, episode 1. And I am in a very suspicious, very detective-y kind of a mode. It's also really fucking early in the morning, so just gonna shake that off a little bit. Get your tea if you're drinking tea, or your coffee if you're, I don't know, a fool. Because tea's better. Just, fuck all the coffee people. Yeah, hate me for it. Yeah, you can tell that it's early. But I'm here for Tutu, and I am here for it. And we're here for the first episode of the second season. And I don't know what to expect. Kind of feels like we're just kind of restarting. But not restarting, but starting a new series on an episode 1 is basically how I feel about this. Or, like, coming into a series, but with a shitload of context that I shouldn't have, but then we're watching a new thing. What I kind of expect here is either, like, a hard reset or a soft reset where everything kind of goes back to normal and we're like, well, we kind of won, but then we definitely didn't kind of win. And then, like, I don't know, something's going to happen with all the framing of this story and Drosselmeyer and things are going to get fucking insane. There's really not a lot to go off of here, but there's also so much to go off of here. Like, I could speculate all day. Not really. Don't ask me to do that. I probably could speculate for like 20 minutes, and then I'd probably have to just watch the episode. So, as opposed to doing either of those things, let me speculate for like 2 minutes, and we'll go from there. Okay. I think that right now, Rue is our pivotal character. She's going to be the one who is antagonistic in the sense that she's going to be the one who creates action in the next portion of the story. Because at the moment, everybody's kind of content right now. Like, Ahiru got to express her feelings and didn't turn into a mote of light. Fakir got to not die, which is nice. The prince kind of has most of his heart back, at least most of it. He has love and shit, so he's all right. Everybody's kind of okay with the current situation, except for Rue, who just lost. And Rue also, more importantly than anyone else, has, I would say, a much better understanding of, like, the metagame that's currently in play, given the intersection of all these crazy stories written by this dead dude who's definitely dead or not, and is also a shitty author and can be manipulated by his own characters. She understands those things. We don't know how much she understands them or what, but she definitely understands them a little bit, and I have a feeling she has particular things that she particularly desires and will take actions to make those things happen and interrupt the wonderfully peaceful, normal lives that we are currently experiencing, probably. Beyond that, beyond Rue gonna do something, but I don't know what, because she bowed out of that fight way too easy, way too quick. Besides Rue gonna do something, I really have no idea what's coming here. I assume that we're gonna go down more romantic rabbit holes with the whole Muto Fakir Tutu Rue, maybe, situation. I would love to see more of a growing relationship between Ahiru and Fakir, because that seems really cute, and that's definitely my ship. I can't unship it. It's shipped. It's sent. It's in the mail. It's gone. Signed, sealed, delivered, baby. It's posted. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like what I expect is for storybook elements of our world to start encroaching a lot more dramatically, because that seems to be the kind of path that would make sense. But we're dealing with Drosselmeyer, we're dealing with Rue, we're dealing with all of these individuals who I feel, in the context of the story, in a way that not a lot of stories do, have autonomy that I as an audience member cannot predict. They're people who have choices, but they're also defined by certain fates and framings and narratives and stuff, and so maybe they don't actually have the choices that I think they have, and maybe they're going to be forced down certain rabbit holes or certain, like, railroads to go in certain directions, and I have no idea where those are going because Drosselmeyer's fucking crazy. Welcome to my turmoil for the last week as I try to figure out what the fuck is going to happen with Princess Tutu, because I don't know, and more importantly, whether I can even, like it or enjoy it on a certain level, because oddly, coming through to this finale, Drosselmeyer, seemingly through very little actual, like, talent or quality of his own, managed to write an interesting story. Or at least one was produced after things that he did, so he's going to take credit for it. But, like, it was still an interesting story, and I'm still interested in the story, and I'm still interested in all the elements that are happening. So, like, on the one level, which is the flat narrative, Drosselmeyer's like, hee, story, great. And then on the level beyond that, it's like, oh, dude, Drosselmeyer made this story happen. I don't really like that. He's kind of taking autonomy away from these characters who I see as people, because that's how the show presents them. And then on the level above that is like, yeah, but the actual interplay of, like, this metagaming god figure and these characters and the way they're interacting with each other, and just the humor of the whole situation and the incredible dramatic and narrative irony of it all is a really good story. So, like, what do I appreciate? Obviously, I appreciate the staff members and the writers and the people who are making this story within a story within a story interesting, because it's really cool. But then, do I also respect their creation of kind of a shitty author who's also sort of responsible in a sort of a metafictional way for all of the actions of the characters that he's either created or strung together or thrown into the same room, or is just bashing the little action figures of them together? I mean, yeah, kind of. I kind of have to give the creepy bearded boy a little bit of credit there. So it's for Teeaboo.exe has failed. All right. I don't know if that made any sense. I feel like I've just blathered for the last 7 minutes, but that seems totally fair for this show. It seems like a show where just blathering out feelings about things is a real good way to go. So forgive me if I don't stop. But I will stop for now because we actually have an episode to watch, so we should probably do that. So here we are. We're on episode 1 of season 2, aka episode 14 of the whole thing, aka, what? We had a finale. It was a pretty final finale, but then there are all these threads. And so, what threads will we follow? Side notes, just some random other things that I want to bring up. Fakirahiru I kind of mentioned. I want to see more of that, because it's great. More school stuff in a different context could be really cool. Adel. I want to know what Drosselmeyer thinks of what Adel did. Also, I want to point out that I didn't exactly understand what Adel had done in the previous episode and why her sacrifice mattered. Not only did she light herself on fire to create a beacon for them to escape, which is pretty dope, she also lit herself on fire to provide warmth for Fakir, who was dying of blood loss and also exposure. So, yeah, big ups to Adel, because she did a good. How is Drosselmeyer gonna feel about that good? Probably not that good. Is he gonna create, like, a replacement Adel who will be, like, the actual automaton who is here to fuck up your story and your life? Maybe. I don't know how good an automaton maker he is. Maybe he can. Maybe he can't. I don't know. It feels like too important of a thread in the last season to just drop, to just like, goodbye, Adel, you're just gone now, whatever. I mean, it could. She served her purpose, I guess, but I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. They're going to be probably, here are my other predictions. We're going to have a bunch of scenes that super mirror scenes from, like, the first couple episodes of the show. But then, like, maybe they're a little darker or a little bit different. Or maybe we're thinking about things that we thought about in a very consistent, clear-cut way in the first season in a little bit less of a consistent, clear-cut way, as more of the story's real scope has been revealed to our characters. I think that could be really great. I also think that our characters have generally matured in a lot of ways. Fakir's gotten a lot less, no, and Ahiru's gotten a lot less just bad at stuff, and a lot more, like, good at expressing empathy and things, and also is more interested in Fakir, which is a good thing. Mewtwo also has, like, most of his heart, which is a big deal. So we got a whole different set of characters in the same environment, probably returning to something like a simple status quo, and then getting fucked up when somebody does something. I assume Rue, maybe backed by Drosselmeyer, who knows. Okay, let's see how this plays out. Episode 14 of Princess Tutu. Kuchirukia version. I have it up and ready to go. It is sitting at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction video. You can find the picture-in-picture version with the video up there, linked in the description, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. If you'd like to sync up your own copy of episode 14 of Princess Tutu with the timer-based version on YouTube, you are welcome to do so. Just get your copy ready because the beep beep timer to count you down will be coming at you soon. And if you want the next episode a little bit early, I'll just throw this in there right now. You can get it. It'll be on Patreon like sometime today. Yeah, okay. Beep beep timer. And where the fuck is my pencil? That is the same line as the first episode. But visuals. Okay? Pretty consistent. Okay. What's closing in on? Okay. I don't like that. Yeah. No. That window. Cage. And that. Yeah, okay. OP is still the same, probably? Yeah, okay. Good. I'm totally happy with that, because, I mean, there might be some new visuals, so I will pay attention, but I love this OP so much. It's so perfect. Okay. Opening. Repeat. Mild changes. Window / frame / cage. Nail it. All right, here we go. Oh, this is familiar. We have a duck and a dancing boy. What if it's a different dancing boy? What if? That could be really interesting. No, that's gotta be Muto. Yeah. Oh, well, there's conflict. Oh, wait, but I can become a human. But not Tutu. Hey, we talked about... Dream. Real girl. Uh-huh. 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 Thank you for spelling that out. I actually genuinely appreciate that. Seems weird just because the one leg and the other leg, it felt like it was like rotating on a tip. I don't like it. Okay. What? No. Okay, so that's cribbed from Epa 1. Oh! The Raven. Quote, 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 quote. Hello, Burbs. Yep, these are scenes that have happened. Hey, that was such a great match. Ah, that sequence was so good. Yay. This music, though, kind of not what I would call triumphant. I mean, maybe. You think about fuck your girl. Hey, yeah, you are. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything at all. Hello, Burbs. We're gonna repeat some. Yeah, repeat that cut. Back on the floor. Hey, we did it. Great, great, great. So we've got some continuity here. Looks like we're back to episode 1 and stuff, and everything is fine. Definitely no ominous dreams about your friend and now interested somewhat person getting totally murdered. I am the prima donna who rescues the prince. Is that what she just said? I think that's what she just said. I'm gonna write down that timestamp because what? She fully ducked there, right? Yep, nothing's changed at all. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Well, that's a question. This is a very interesting shot. Okay, there you are. I was wondering what we were obscuring from our view. Oh god, he's smiling. It's weird. Aw, they're so cute. I don't think your hands should make those noises. I mean, yeah. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, a little bit. But you're not hiding those things from fuck here. Oh, that's so good. Oh, what? Who's that? What? Holy shit. I'm just over here kind of dying really quick. Did he just ask? I might have to pause and go back a second. Hold up. Okay. Goal driven. Goal driven, focused. Damn right you are. What? That's new. But the story doesn't go well for you, dude. That'll be you. Yes! 100,000%, obviously he did. Alright, you dingus. Ooh, has it changed? Has it changed? Has it changed? Has it changed? It's the same. Okay, 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 okay. It's the same. Was that a duck or a crow? I have no idea. Oh, hi, Nucko. Marriage and stuff. So cruel. Oh, boy. Gonna get caught. Dude, it's a cat. You can't. Yeah. Yep. That's believable. Oh, that's cool. Or... There we go. Oh, she's gone. Hey! Alright, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you gotta be careful about speaking those things out loud around people who can't know those things. Oh, fuck. Okay. Here we go. We're in it now. Oh. And there it is. Alright, buddy. Oh, it's new. Oh, it's still Drosselire. I mean, of course it is. Oh, buddy. 40 hours. Wasn't there something about ruin basics? Ooh. Sensei's actually gonna teach something? Miyazinski, I see. Obviously. Indeed. 1 year and 3 months old. Young Tomcat. Mm-hmm. The great Nyazinski, indeed. Sure. Foundation, foundation, foundation. That's a particularly true respect for greatness. Respecting the basics. Oh, we're gonna get some words of wisdom? Oh, geez, buddy. Calm a little bit. Whoa. Whoa. Big respects to Nyanko Sensei. Fuck off! Why do you have to turn it all around like that? Damn right. Was that? What is glowing inside his eye face? What the fuck? What the fuck is happening? What is happening? Is this the new iteration? Something wrong with his heart shards instead of them being gone? Do you have to, like, cleanse them? Was that a feather? Oh, shit. The episode is called The Rave. It's empty. Where are the shoes? Where did the shoes just go? Did you see that shit? That glow in his eye looked just like the cursed love gem, right? Really depends, buddy. Looked just like the cursed gem. Yeah, point lost. The shoes are gone. Oh shit, we got a Neko-sensei murder. I doubt he's actually dead. That's the mime for death again, right? Okay, he's alive. He sure didn't. What? Fuck. What the fuck? Fucking meerkats, chipmunks, what? Duck it up. Yeah, he just told him that he chopped that shit up. Holy shit, he did it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I was wondering if she fucked with his shard. That makes sense. Then we gotta stop it. Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Right. That did. Oh, God. Oh, hello. Wait, are we suddenly mirroring the situation of Muto falling off the place and thing before? I don't know. This is real stupid, Ahiru. Take over the world. Oh, or that. What are you about to say? His next word changes everything. Oh! That's familiar. Is he about to jump out that window? I'm expecting the crows get there first. Okay. Great. Yeah. Uh-huh, drop the other shoe. I super don't trust this. Oh, shit. That's really cool. Yeah. I haven't blinked in a while. Oh, God. Oh, it's so fucked. For some reason, I see like a full minute additional time left on the video. Oh, previews. They're still a preview, which I don't want to see any of. So, bam. Wait, that's the purple hair of R2, isn't it? Oh, I didn't even think about the ramifications of that reveal. Bunch of fucking people just saw Muto take a backward swan dive out of his fucking window, and then a random force of feathers just appear from across the street and like dance with him. We really don't know how apparent Princess Tutu's stuff is to. Oh god, I didn't want to see that, but I did. Holy shit, they're actually going to be characters, maybe. Whoa. That changes things, but is entirely irrelevant to this episode. Except that they're here and they continue doing what they normally do in this episode, so it's fine. Whoa. Okay. This episode simultaneously did Like all of the things that I was expecting, and none of the things that I was expecting. Or at least all of the things that I wasn't expecting were way beyond anything I could have expected. I don't know if that made any sense. A lot of the episode is dedicated to establishing a... How do I put it? It's establishing a status quo that is, like, on the surface peaceful and okay, but is very clearly and very obviously a spooky time to be alive. Oh wow. Okay. A lot of the episode is dedicated to that. And a lot of that is done as expected because it's the best way to do it, and because, you know, the staff on Princess Tutu is highly competent, by repeating scenes with different context, and showing us stuff that we've seen before, but making it a little bit different. And it happens a lot in this episode, like a lot. I mean, even to the very last actions taken by our characters in this sequence. Fakir is trying to prevent Muto from harming himself by jumping out the window. Muto jumps out the window anyway, but for an entirely different reason, completely different context. Ahiru sees it, again, for an entirely different reason, jumps in, and for an entirely different reason, grabs him and saves him. But the context of it and the vibe of it is all bad. All bad. All no-no. Like, previously, our spookiness with Muto was Muto not expressing anything is really creepy. He has those, like, blank doll eyes, and he's just like, yes, I love you, Rue. And, oh, geez, Muto, you're kind of not a human being right now. This is so much worse because he's just genuinely evil. Ha-ha! Woohoo! Yay! He still never answers the question. I really want that one word answer to that question. Like, what is he gonna say? I am the prince. I am the prince of crows. I am... What is he even gonna say? I don't know. Is his own desire to go back into the story just the raven fucking with him? And just the raven's desire to obtain his heart? Or does he have that desire innately and then the raven is co-opting it to get the heart? I don't know. Dude, we met the raven. I have no idea what just happened to my camera. But we just met the raven. The raven exists and is, like, capable of influencing Rue if nobody else. Okay, I'm sure that you can tell that I'm kind of in shocked, let it all filter into my brain space place of things. There are a few things that really stand out to me. More than a few, but there are a few things. The framing. The framing, and it starts with the intro. We need to just go through the intro, don't we? Okay. Identical. Close enough to identical. Solid. Now we're into our story. Wait a second. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, this is about the... Oh, no. This is about, like, what's the phrase, the saying about, victors in history? The winners write history? Drosselmeyer's the big winner here, right? Always. No matter what happens, as long as it's interesting, Drosselmeyer's the big winner. And he can rewrite it or rephrase it or reframe it however he wants in order to make it a palatable story. This line, where we change from talking about events that we have heard within the book, which is exactly what these are, right? These are all the events that Drosselmeyer wrote in his book. But now, in the same phrase, as a simple continuation of that story, the prince went to this strange town and met a duck. Oh, hey, wait. The entirety of season 1 has just been co-opted, hasn't it? We just framed... We just revised. And it's from the prince's perspective. Season 1 frames itself as, this is the story of Princess Tutu, aka Ahiru the duck girl, who turns into a duck girl because she wants to save the prince dude. And then she does it. That's Season 1. And she interacts with a bunch of people who are from other stories written by this dead guy. That's Season 1. Now she's one of his stories. This is in Episode 1. And it's insidious. It's like a poisoned gem of love, honestly, is what it's like. The ability to recontextualize, to reframe, and to co-opt narratives. To frame people as villain and hero, and make it so because of authorial fiat. Okay, this also completely alters the roles of every character in the story. If Muto is going bad, on some level, that wrecks everybody's core motivations except for Rue's. Because Fakir's core motivations are serve and protect. But how do you protect the prince from himself? And Tutu's are regain his heart, but what do you do if that's genuinely evil? And she always defaults to, if the prince wants it, it's okay. But now the prince is spoiled. Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay. Anyway. Framing, shoes, ballet. Because of her love for the prince, the duck turned into a princess and gathered together the lost shards of his heart. Technically true. Technically true. And at long last he was able to regain even the feeling of love. Again, true. And then as the bird, a great swan, more than a duck, but regardless, as the bird comes down to the sword currently buried in thorns, we frame it in this window. And now we are looking out through a picture frame. A storybook. And the classic. And they lived happily ever after, but did they really? Which is like the core of the whole thing always. Oh no! Yup, faded to stern as a speck of light and vanished, that sucks. Yup, we know. Okay. Okay. Opening scene of episode 1, identical until it's not. It's identical, turned into a girl. Oh wait, we're not Tutu. Oh wait, it's just a girl in a bridal dress. A real human being, which she can never be, right? And I believe we went through this explicitly in the finale, the mid-season finale episode reaction. Went through this explicitly, went back to Drosselmeyer's explicit words, and his words are, like, I'll give you the power to turn into a girl. Not the power to turn into Choo-Choo. So she does not have that power innately. She may have Tutu power innately, but not girl power. This is also just a gorgeous cut. I think it's really pretty looking. Yeah. And then this is the key. Not as Princess Tutu, but as me, a normal girl. And that's something that's going to be denied her forever, right? Like, she can't have this. Given the framing of the story, and given like, Drosselmeyer's intentionally created Catch-22 around this. She cannot have this. This opening sequence is kind of brutal in like an optimism way. It's just like the perfect setup for Break the Cutie. Cutie has goal. Goal's impossible. Ah, fuck. Well then. I guess I'll die. Shit, fuck, god, shit, god damn it. And in case we weren't aware that this is a fucked up dream in some way, Fakir's just dead. That's a little ominous. Big important thing is that Ahiru is no longer entirely 100% focused on Muto, which I think is a good thing. I did say many times that I would love to see some more Ahiru Muto, I'm sorry, Ahiru fuck your stuff, and there's a lot of it in this episode, and we talked about a bunch of it, but she's at least thinking about him all the time, which is kind of a good sign. It's definitely a sign. Okay, we crib a ton of shit from episode 1, trying to lull us as the audience into a false sense of, oh yeah, everything's back to normal, but we know that it isn't, and so it isn't. I do love some of the cuts that they chose to reuse, particularly this match between the 3 of them, 3 different identities within this person, all of them the same person, pretty fucking cool, and the particular elements of the dance and stuff, and things and stuff, and Muto and stuff, and oh wait, it gets a little bit darker here. I think. Yeah, a little bit less, like, victorious and triumphant. I don't really know. Also, there was kind of like a cash register ka-ching noise when she puts the stuff on her. I guess it's just normal jingle jangle, but yeah, it's cute. And plenty of your generic Ahiru being cute and feeding birds and being great and stuff. And then she says one line here, which is an interesting line to me. It's right after this. She says, I am the prima donna who saves the prince. Not who rescued the prince, to be clear. Present tense. I am a prima donna who rescues the prince. Okay, two problems. One other character in history of this show has said the word prima donna, and it was Rue about herself. 2, Ahiru's most endearing quality is her self-deprecation. It's not always deserved, but she is always humble. Until this one line. 3. Where is it? It's once we get to here. Yeah. Bingo. You're just like the students in the advanced class, not taking this seriously enough. Oh no, I don't think I'm that great. But you are the prima donna who rescues the prince. Final thing I'll say about that is that, again, the present tense rescues the prince requires a prince who is in constant need of rescuing, right? What happens if the prince is just saved? What happens to Ahiru at that point? Or Tutu? Also, how much of her identity is now Tutu? A big part of her turmoil and identity was, I'm Ahiru, I'm just Ahiru, I'm only an Ahiru, I am a duck. I'm not a real girl, and I can't be Princess Tutu. Is she losing touch with that? Probably not. Probably just being a little bit proud that she actually did save the prince, because it went really well. But little hints of maybe that kind of an arc where a character gets a little bit full of themselves before they realize that they actually need to work really fucking hard to get their shit together. Which also ties in really well, if we want it to, in future episodes, if we look back upon Nyazinski and the lessons about practice, which also reflect in an interesting way, if we want them to, on Rue, who in the Giselle episode, if I recall correctly, didn't have the, like, base foundational stamina to perform the more complicated maneuvers and difficult elements of the Giselle play thing. Makes me wonder if there's going to be an element of that here as well. I have no fucking idea. Holy shit, what an episode. Okay, we're like 5 minutes in, and like, oh my god. We're already recontextualizing all of the previous season and changing out all kinds of other things. Holy macaroni. And also, fuck your stuff, right? Oh, no, the prince's wounds. Cool. Okay, so, yeah, she falls. I think she makes a quack noise, so she duckifies and then unduckifies. And I wrote down this timestamp for this particular sequence because I think it's a really unique one. This is not something that I have ever seen, I don't think. This sort of locked tracking shot where we see background elements moving around her because she's clearly moving and walking around something, the building, we assume. But the whole point of it is that we are effectively locked into her mind in this, as she is. She's sort of zoning out, staring off into space, and so we bump into somebody, and it's just as surprising for us as an audience as it is for her as a character, because it's fucking surprising when he just comes out of frame like that. It's really good. And then Muto smiles, and it actually wigs me out a little bit. I don't know, it's a little weird. I mean, it's not intended to be a little weird, but it is. It just feels wrong. And then the fuckier stuff. I fucking love Fakir. And I fucking love their dynamic, and they're so right for each other. I can't even. They're the best, and it's just the best. Will you keep being friendly with me? By the way, I feel like I can trust you completely, and you would never keep any secrets from me. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. But I do have secrets. So she almost tells him, but would not have told him, but she tries to tell him, and Fakir, thank you, Fakir, stops her. I ended up pausing immediately after this scene as it was going, because holy shit, this actually happened. Just the whole circumstance of Fakir helping distract Muto, using the knowledge that they share, that she is Ahiru and Tutu, because they're on the same side, and they're bonded, and, like, they're so fucking right for each other, and can they just get married already? He doesn't care if she's a duck. It's fine. This is a progressive landscape and a progressive town. There are fucking anteaters who do ballet. I'm sure we can do a cross-species marriage, and it'll be totally fine. Just let it happen, show. Come on. Come on, man. Just don't kill the Fakir and then make Ahiru miserable forever, please. Anyway, he then brings Muto down and sits him down and is like, hey, what do you think about this girl? While he's got her eavesdropping, because he is being the dopest wingman and also the better romantic interest. Just saying. Sorry if you're a Muto shipper, but you're wrong. Okay. Anyway, and then there's this, and I still have to question everything that Muto says. Right now, I think it's more important to get all of my feelings back as soon as possible. Do you actually, or is that the curse? I assume that he does actually. I assume that everything that he says up until the point where he hears the shoe story, and that seems to fuck him up real bad, and trigger something. I don't know why. Maybe strong emotion or something. Until then, I'm gonna trust him. I think that he wants his feelings back. Great. Cool. So he's not too worried about the Princess Tutu thing at the moment. Solid. Lovely. We'll get Princess Tutu's help. That'll be great. Yeah, Fakir's the knight, and he's the dopest. And then he says he wants to go back into the story? Why, though? Didn't we flee the story? Didn't we run away from there for, like, a pretty good reason? I don't know. Well, maybe we'll find out. I don't know if you want to go back into a dead story. Like a half-finished Drosselmeyer tale. That doesn't seem like a good move. Alright, and then more banter and snark between the two of them is wonderful. And yes, he definitely did that on purpose, you dingus duck. Okay, so there's this, this thing, and it hasn't changed. But it is very familiar, marking the progress of time, but also nothing changes. Oh, and it's all mechanical, and it's all predetermined. And it's effectively the same set of symbols, gears and stuff, that we use for all of Drosselmeyer's shit. It's all about mechanical machinations and, like, railroads and paths that you're forced to take. Ruh-roh. Okay, to the ballet class. We have the Nyanko Sensei. We try to sneak past the Nyanko Sensei. Also, just there's a bunch of really great, like, angled framing over the course of this episode in general. Like, the whole layout of this room for this sequence with Ahiru in the foreground is really cool. There's a scene later when Fakir grabs Muto. It's a pretty dramatic sequence. When Fakir grabs Muto in the room where we're, like, angled down at Muto's ankles, and there's, like, really cool foreshortening on the legs that creates almost a JoJo's-esque interplay of limbs and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's, like, overall a really interestingly put together episode. I'm curious about who episode directed it. I would not be surprised if it's just the overall series director, because that makes sense. Okay, classic Nyan Sensei, whatever, marriage stuff, blah, blah, whatever. But then it becomes story time. Oh yeah, also optimism. Just like, there's something about this particular face from Ahiru that's just like, I have to try even harder to get back all the pieces of Muto's heart. It's just kind of like blank out and kind of just like, I'm an idiot and I'm going to die. Oh no. And you should not mention these things around your friends who are not aware at the moment that you are a fucking duck or a superhero, and might not be people you want to tell because they're fucking awful a lot of the time and cut you down constantly. But we'll see. Okay, and then at this point, at the moment of greatest calm and peace, Drosselmeyer steps in to just remind us that he's in control of this story because he's the one who frames it, as we saw in the opening sequence, and we shouldn't get ourselves too settled in because these things are not going to last. And indeed, that's what's so great about stories, which I think is a nice little indicator of, like, Drosselmeyer's lack of understanding of stories. What calm days, what peaceful days, but they won't continue forever, you know. That's what's so great about stories. Like, what does that even mean, bud? What? Hold on. I just want to critique you really quick, Drosselmeyer. What does that mean? That's what's so great about stories. What, that you don't know what's going to happen next? But it can be great to be able to predict what's happening next, or to see a story through. That some fucking creepy old dead dude just jumps into your story and is like, haha, you can't have a normal life, ha ha. That's what's great about stories? I mean, maybe. It really depends on the story. It's working fairly well so far here in this one, but I don't know if that's like a general principle that works for all stories. Regardless, I disagree with you. But of course, this makes perfect sense in Drosselverse. The great thing about stories is that you prop up all your action figures, and then you knock them all down. And they're all dead. Great. Good. Solid. Nailed it. Shit. And then we get an actual fucking lesson from Yako-sensei. What? Practice, practice, practice. Practice to master the basics. Tell you a story. And the just, like, general, obvious love and nostalgia in Yako-sensei is real. Novel choreography, miraculous jumps, but all he did was the hard shit, the simple, basic stretches and positions and movements. Why aren't you more special? This is like the same thing that you will always experience if you look for celebrity workouts or like any kind of specific workouts. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. But you could go like sign up for whatever celebrity Snapchatter's workout routine and then feel real good about yourself because they've got a great body and you'll have that body too. Nope. No. Most of the time, most of the shit in those is pretty fucking made up. Just pick up some heavy things and then put them down. Do some cardio a little bit. Look into thermodynamics. Hey, you've got to work out. Woo! But it's the same sort of situation here, right? Yeah. No special practice routine. Really good at all the foundational stuff so that I can, like, do that without even thinking about it, and then I can turn it into more complicated things. Nice. I do wonder how this reflects on Rue. I do actually wonder how this reflects on, like, Ahiru. I don't quite know at the moment. But it's also a perfect setup for this magical item. These beautiful shoes given to me that very day. And they're all beat up and shit. But, they've got meaning to them. They've got power and value more than just being these shoes. They're a symbol of practice and dedication and effort. And I kind of like this little moment where he's like, yes, me, I swore upon these shoes that I would dedicate my life to ballet. Please worship me at your discretion. No need to applaud. Oh, it's just a lot coming from. It's so much coming from Yako. It's great. So basically he's saying, practice the basics. Yes. And then we completely turn it around. But some people will never improve no matter how hard they practice the basics. So don't worry about it, dude. You're just gonna suck forever. It's fine. Thanks. Most beautiful shoes in the world. And Muto is feeling it. Like a lot. And it's bad. We get this glimmer. What? Also, all of the sound design for this whole sequence is dope. And that little thread of the music coming out, oh, it's good. It's super good. Little shards, little hints, little shreds, little snip, 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 snip. And he did it. Uh-oh, he got overcome by whatever that was. Okay, so we enter the room. The room is dark and ominous, more so than it has literally ever been. And we go and we chill and we hang out, and then things go very wrong and become like you? Someone who doesn't try too hard? Okay, basically she misses the point because, of course, yeah, they suck. Alright, great. Coming in. Again, we get the death mime, which is our second, like, hey, cement that in your brain space, because that's important. And somebody shredified the shoes. There's no, like, pattern to how they're shredified, is there? I don't think so. They're just chopped up real good. Okay. So Muto did that. Great cut with her running. Super nice. Great reveal of the Rue step in. It's such a classic, like, shoujo, haha. You've walked right into my trap. It's great. These creatures. I don't know what they are. Are they chipmunks? Are they otters? I don't know. I don't know well enough to know. Chipmunks, Princess Tutu. Meerkats, Princess Tutu. Meerkat Brothers. Hey, they've got credits. Okay, found them. So they're meerkats, apparently, which makes sense with the little holes. And also the standing at attention. That, yeah, I guess chipmunks sometimes do that, too. Or is that marmots? Fuck, there are a lot of rodents out there. Anyway, I think they're meerkats. Makes perfect sense. I mean, as much sense as it can make that there's an entire squad of talking, except for the one on the very end, meerkats, because all that the one on the very end says is or kiki, or whatever. This is a very strange sequence, and I don't know how to feel about it. And it also seems entirely irrelevant, because they just are like, exposition, it's over there. We get some spooky frames, and I really like them. So, spooky frames. Ha, ha, ha. Nope. And then we highly, like, hard cut transition directly into the realm of white feathered trees and endless purple ground and gigantic raven in the sky. Okay. And there's just like a giant claw floating somewhere at some point. It's really scary. Yeah. This is a weird shifting realm of awfulness. And the thing that creeps me out by far the most of it is the persona that Rue puts on when she enters this place. Because I don't know if it's real. I have no idea how far Rue/Clara is going in order to play the elements of these stories in order to get her way. I have no idea how loyal she is to her father, and I'm intrigued by all of it. But this is so out of character for either of her. Right? It's like I fully expect her to ask, hey dad, can I like, now that we've talked, can I like, I'm going out with my friends, can I like have some money to go to the movies and stuff and maybe go clothes shopping? I feel like she's trying to get something, you know? She's like playing it up a lot. Keep him on the positive ideas. Keep him on the I'm being productive. Yeah, I did my homework. Yeah, I'm doing great in school. No, there aren't any tests coming up. Yeah, it's okay if I go out with my friends. Just like, can I have some money? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe I'm just vibing in a weird way with the voice or something, but I don't know. I feel like, again, I feel like Rue's a bit of a player, and practically the only one who understands any elements of the game besides what's like immediately in front of her. So I'm intrigued. I'm watching Rue for sneaky smart things because I think she's smarter than I've been giving her credit for. So I'm interested. Anyway, most of this situation just reveals to us that the Raven exists, and he wants the heart of the prince, and also he apparently only wants his dear daughter's happiness, I guess. And to turn the prince into a prince who will love crows and then marry you and become my son, which I assume on some kind of a storybook level grants him whatever power he needs to free himself, probably. Something like that, I don't really know. Or maybe the crow's just dead and, like, has the same level of influence over some levels of story as, like, Drosselmeyer does. Because why not? I mean, he's still a character, whether he's dead or not. I have no fucking clue. So we try to figure this shit out. It doesn't work. Spooky smiles, and then big reveal. Oh, by the way, haha, if you actually want to stop me, you can't. You screwed yourself. Oh no. So suddenly, all of our victories in the previous season are now new elements that just lead into the next conflict. Again, everything gets reframed. Everything is just the prologue to the now continuing story, which is Drosselmeyer's story, and he's in control of it, or thinks he is. Fuck. So all of our dodging out of the grasp of fate, all of our actually following our own choices and gaining autonomy, it all goes out the window as soon as the story, quote-unquote, ends, because then we just reframe it. It's just part of the story as written, and Drosselmeyer just takes credit for it. Fuck. I love it. I mean, I hate it, but I love it. You know? Okay, and then we get our repeated setup. It's the same situation. There's an Ahiru. There's a Muto. The Muto is going out a window, and it's going to be bad. Again, lots of cool framing, lots of ominous framing all over the course of the episode. Lots of Muto faces, and the general, like, psychosis that he's going through in the split personality thing. As the evil person comes down, of like, yeah, murder. And he's like, oh god, save me. At the same time, yeah, that's creepy. I like it. It's well done. It's really spooky. Okay, blowy, blowy, crowy, crowy. Spooky, spooky, crushy, crushy. And then this. So the thing I love about this frame is just, like, look at the length of his foot, physical length of it. Don't let your eyes deceive you, because your eyes will want to deceive you, because it's well drawn and it's foreshortened. But, like, the length of his foot versus the length of his actual calf, they're, like, almost the same length. It's kind of crazy. But foreshortening and stuff, and weird fisheye-ness, and this whole shot is just cool. It just feels real cool. Oh, no. And then he starts laughing, and then he does this motion, which is identical to something that Rue has done before, so I don't know what's going on here. And I'll tell you right now, just you, but then he doesn't, and I wish that he had. Because I really don't know. And he, like he's going scuba diving. Perfect form, straight into the water backward. Out the window we go. And Hiru does the saving thing, because she is the prima donna who saves the prince. It's what she do. These are also, there are some, just this cut, and then this cut, and then this cut are all super dope. Just this whole sequence. Super dope. Very smooth. Super momentum-y. People see them. What's that gonna mean? I don't know. I mean, still, nobody's really put together that Ahiru and Tutu are the same person, so I assume it's not gonna matter on that front, but people definitely just saw Muto jump out of a window and then get carried away in a burst of sparkles and feathers, right? Like, that happened. Right? So did Pike and Lilia see that? I don't know. And then we get this, like, it's all pretty. It's all beautiful. It's all good. Everything here is good. This is exactly what Ahiru thinks that she wants. Everything's great. It's all good. There's no darkness, no ominousness into it, except that which is inserted by Drosselmeyer. And, you know, the music? No, the music's purely triumphant. So, it's all good right here. Nothing's wrong. Uh-huh, sure. Yeah. Woo! And the rules will change just a bit. Tell me a story. I'm looking forward to it, Tutu. Jesus fucking nipple tassels. This was more than I could have expected, and I love it. I'm really scared in many ways. The return to an odd and oh, that's a good phrase. An unsettling status quo. There we go. That's a good phrase. I think is really well done. I think that creepy Muto is super spooky, and I really like it. I'm intrigued by these small changes in Ahiru's persona. I'm ultra intrigued by Rue as like a background villain. I'm wondering if that's going to be the way that this goes for a while. If she's going to be like the string pulling, step into frame as the main character rushes off to help and kind of giggle to herself. Creepy villain who we just find bits and pieces out about. And yeah, that could be really cool. And then in episode like 12, she double crosses her dad Raven and is like, fuck yeah, I've been playing you the whole time. Let's go. I saved the world. I'm Rue. Probably not going to go that way, but we'll see. I think that would totally fuck up Drosselfucker. I think that would be great, but we'll see. Again, I'm really kind of hoping that Rue's playing the metagame. I think that could be really cool, but we'll see. There's a lot to this episode and also not enough to this episode. I want more. Did I write anything down that I've missed before we go and look at staff and stuff? Okay. Opening repeat, mild changes, window/frame/cage, dream of being a real girl, not Tutu, quote, the Raven, Fakir, 6 minutes prima donna, 6 minutes and 30 seconds looking away while she walks and then stumbles into Muto, 11 minutes Drosselmeyer, what is that? Is that just the first? Oh, it's just this part. Calm days, peaceful days, won't continue forever. That's what's great about stories. He's a fuckboy. Got it. Nailed it. Solid. Think I'm set. Master the basics. Foundations are crucial. 14 minutes and 50 seconds or so. Whose shoes are those? Right. And... Oh, no, it was shoes disappear, which we understand why at this point. Daughter's happiness thing that the Raven says. And then I just wrote what with an H. W-H-U-T. What? Right next to it. And then at about that minute, I have a pause written down. That's everything that I wrote down. That's everything that I could glean from this episode. I do think it's really pretty. I think it's really snappy in terms of pacing and stuff. Would be... I might even be surprised if it wasn't the overall director who directed this episode. Let's go find out. Check the staff really quick. Oh, wow. Very interesting. I think this is very interesting. Okay, so I'm right and I'm wrong. Because there is the chief director, who is Junichi Sato, who directed episode 1, and also storyboarded episode 1, and also directed and storyboarded episode 13. But then there is series director Shogo Kawamoto, who directed episode 2, and is directing episode 14. So, it kind of is the series director, but it's also not the chief director, so I'm kind of right and kind of wrong. And I'm kind of totally cool with that. I think that Kawamoto did a really excellent job in this episode. And Kawamoto's an interesting case because while Kawamoto has a bunch of series of storyboard and episode direction credits on Tutu, their like overall backlog of stuff is not as huge as somebody like named Junichi Sato. Just not quite as large a backlog of a catalog of previous works. Cool. I think they did a really good job because this episode was great. Still don't really know where we go from here. Do we recreate some kind of shard ceilings, shard saving episodic thing, or have we just taken off into outer space where no like serial monster of the week show has ever gone before and like turned into a real story? I don't know. Welcome to the Tutu-verse, where the points are made up and nothing matters, or everything matters, or whatever Drosselmeyer says matters. I don't know. I'm fascinated by where this story is going, and terrified by where it's going, and really intrigued to see where it goes next. Boom. I think that's my take for the episode. We've done everything that I wanted to talk about. I'm happy with it. We did episode 1 of season 2 of Princess Tutu. I've been Teeaboo. I hope you've enjoyed this episode as much as I have. If I missed anything, throw it in the comment-a-roonies, and I will see you next week for more. Peace. Is this conversation really happening? But is it happening the way that I think it's happening? Okay. Jitsu. Quiet. Turn. There's Princess Tutu flying over there. Perfect distraction for Muto. This is the best. This is the best. They're on the same team, dude. They're on the same fucking team. And it's in the same conversation that Ahiru is worried about the fact that she can't tell Muto that she's actually Princess Tutu and also a duck. And the one person who already knows these things about her assists her in the process. And then goes above and beyond to specifically sit down with motherfucking Muto and be like, hey, so what do you think of that girl? That chick out there who's like, kind of like, I heard she might be like kind of into you. Just like, tell me, I'm not recording this. She can't hear you, whatever. And also couching it in, she probably didn't like the way I talked to her and went on ahead, because that's a completely believable thing for their previous relationship, even though it's not believable at all in their current state. I'm turning into a 14-year-old schoolgirl over here. I am freaking out about the goddamn, paparazzi papers. Oh my god. Holy shit, this is amazing. This is the best. Alright, let's go.